want to talk to you a little bit about baby step number 1, which is $1,000 in your emergency fund. But before we get into that step, I want to talk a little bit about why the baby steps are important, doing them in order. Because if you try to put $50 on your house or $50 on your credit card and a little bit here and a little bit there, it's going to be a very slow progress and you're going to feel like you're not accomplishing anything, and that's not what we want. So we want you to follow the baby steps in order. They have proven to work, and I promise you then you'll really feel like you're getting somewhere with this total money makeover. So basically, $1,000 emergency fund is your rainy day fund. It's always good to have some type of backup money. Now, this is not a fund for Christmas. Christmas comes on December 25th every year, so you do not need to be taking out of money your emergency fund for that. Emergency fund's important because it eliminates Murphy. And if no one's ever heard of Murphy, he's probably hiding in your closet right now. And he's the theory that if something can go wrong, it's going to go wrong. And for a long time, I kind of felt like Murphy was my best friend, because when I did not have an emergency fund, I was always counting on credit cards to buy my tires or buy something that broke down on my car, and it really became a hassle, and that is how I became in credit card debt. So a lot of people, it's normal for Americans to use credit cards as an emergency, but you really don't want to do that. So that's why it's important to have $1,000 cash in an emergency fund, and you gotta know when to use it. Do not use it for Christmas. Remember, Christmas is December 25th every single year, so no surprise on that one. So anyways, you want to make sure that it's liquid. You want to be able to get to it, but not so easily that you spend it. You don't want to have it in your sock drawer, or you're probably going to spend it if it's that easily accessible to that. So get creative with it. I just put it in my savings account, so if I needed it, it was there. Some people I've seen that they actually get a frame, and they put $100 bills in this frame, and they frame it, and they write break only in emergency. So that's kind of creative and fun to do too, so you can most certainly do that. Come up with your own thing. Just like I said, don't make it so easy that you could just get out of the sock drawer, pay the pizza man, but nothing where it's too hard to get. You don't want any money market accounts right now. You want to make sure you can get to that fast if you need it, because you do not want to have to use a credit card. So let's then get into how we can save the $1,000. Most people may already have the $1,000, which is fantastic, because then we can go right on to baby step 2. But if you don't, let's talk about some ways that you can easily get that money fast. If you want to do something like a little less drastic, maybe have a yard sale, sell a few things. Most people can get this money within a month if you're willing to give up a few things that you have laying around the house. That's mostly what my husband and I did. We had a little bit already in a savings account, which did help us, but we also went through our entire apartment and found stuff that we really didn't need or haven't used in a long time, and we went ahead and sold that, and we had our emergency fund very quickly. So that gave us a lot of momentum. We got that baby step 1 done, and we were like on to baby step 2. So if you don't have anything you can sell, or you have sold and you still don't have enough, and you really want to get this money fast, do something drastic. Make some extra money somehow. Deliver newspapers, deliver a pizza, anything temporary to get this money is going to be your best goal. So before you even start to save for $1,000, you need to learn the dreaded B word, a budget. So I had to come up with my own method. Dave Ramsey has fantastic ideas for a budget. He also has forms that you can use as well too, and his forms were great. And I did kind of take his ideas, but I am very OCD, and I like to have things organized in my own way that's going to work for me. So my method may not work for you, but I'm going to show you my budget binder and just how I organized it, so that maybe you can get some ideas off of that too. And I'm going to also share these files with you so you can use them. And in another video, I'm actually going to break down how I actually did my budget sheet, so I will show you guys that specifically. And if there's anything else that you need me to show you that I have in my budget binder here, please post that question below, and I'll make sure I get those questions answered for you. So basically, what I got here is my budget binder, and I don't know why, but I'm really in love with Chevron right now, so that's what I got. So inside of the budget binder, I just have a little pocket pouch here with a calculator, and inside of it, I have some highlighters and some pens and pencils and stamps, envelopes, things like that for when I pay my bills. And I have tab dividers here down the side. I bought these at Walmart. Everything here is at Walmart. But I have a tab for calendars, a checklist, a monthly budget, bills that I pay on my first paycheck of every month, bills I pay on my second paycheck of every month, my money challenge, which I also can tell you guys about if you're interested in that. And I have my web accounts on here and some tax information. So for the calendars, all I did was I got these cute little creative calendars for every month, January, February, March, all throughout the year. And what I do is I go down and I circle when my paychecks are. And then I go through every month and I write down the holidays that I need to maybe buy for, like Christmas, because again, it's December 25th. And I also write down everybody's birthdays, so I can budget that in that month. If I know somebody's birthday is going to be that month, then I want to have that in my budget, because again, nobody's birthday changes either, so that's no surprise. So that's the calendars. For my checklist, I have something called a bill pay checklist, and I write down the bills, all the bills due all month, when they're due, how much they're due, if they're on auto pay. I'm sorry, you guys can't see this very well, but like I said, I'll attach these forms for you. And then I have for every month, January through December, and I just check off when I paid that. And on the notes section, I write down if it's an online transfer I need to do, if it's due yearly, if it's auto pay, things like that. So then the next form is my monthly budget form. It is front and back, and I have one for every single month. And like I said, I will get into explaining the budget form in another video, because I'm going to take a whole video explaining that to you, and I'm actually going to show you on my screen how I filled that budget binder or monthly budget form out. So don't worry about that. And then on this one, I write down all the bills that I need to pay on the first paycheck of every month. So I sat down and I figured out when all of my bills were due and which ones I needed to pay at the beginning of the month and which ones I could pay at the end of the month. So that's what I did there. And then I have the envelope budgets of every paycheck. I go and get cash out of the bank. I put them in my divided envelopes, and I use cash because you can feel yourself spending the cash. So it's better to start training your brain to do that. So again, I will get into what categories I used for the envelope system and maybe give you some ideas on that too. So that'll be something else we get into. And then I have bills for the second paycheck, and again, the same amount of money I do for the envelope system for the second pay. And then I always have paper and too, and I write down the month, what bill, when I paid it, whether it was online or a check, what date, and for the amount, because you want to keep track of that. And then this is my 52-week savings challenge. Again, if you're interested in that, please comment below. And we'll do a little video on that too. It's amazing. It's paid for our honeymoon in cash, and also just this past year's vacation to the Dominican Republic in cash too. So it's pretty great. And again, just the web accounts. You can put down the password for it, the web address, and your username. Because if you're anything like me, I'm always having to do forgot passwords. So since I started using this, that's been better. And now the taxes part. I just put last year's taxes here, so I'm going to have these for my records when I go do taxes this year. And then I bought this little thing at Staples. It's just like a little zipper pouch that I put all my receipts in for things that I can claim for this year's taxes. So that's a good way to keep track of that kind of stuff, because you definitely want to be able to claim it if you're able to. So that's really all for today. We'll get into some more videos. Again, if you have any questions, please post them below. Please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. So have a great day, everyone.